Does reciprocity and thankfulness work when getting referrals from previous clients? That's what we're going to find out. In this experiment, I'm going to set up 3 separate groups. In the first group is clients in which we've done no follow-up with after we've serviced them. In the second group, we're going to follow up with these handwritten thank you cards that will have the same message in each one. In the third group, we're going to follow up with these handwritten thank you cards with a little gift inside. And I'm going to be able to test these 2 groups versus the baseline. Now, in the baseline, we currently receive about 5% of our moves from people who refer us to their friends, and we're able to get that friend statistic by name. So that's what we're going to compare this to and see if the other 2 groups have any effectiveness, just a plain thank you versus a thank you with a small gift. So here we go. All right, I'm going to go over what each thank you package includes. So in package number 1, we have the thank you card. Inside the card, we'll have an additional thank you. Thank you for your continued referrals and support, as well as 5 business cards. Now the handwritten note inside. Here's a peek at it. We'll write the customer's name right here. I'm just thanking them for utilizing our services, and then a little reminder that if they happen to know anyone who's moving, we would love the referrals. That's why we send the business cards with. And then I'm going to get a few people in our office here to sign this as a little extra personal thank you. Then to test group number 2, we got the thank you card. Inside, got the same 5 business cards, same thank you, and then, you guessed it, a little lottery ticket. Now, it's my hypothesis that that lottery ticket, even though it's just $1, I think it's going to make a significant difference on the number of referrals just due to the reciprocity. We're giving them something. It's kind of like a selfless act. So that's what we're testing here, though. I could be totally wrong. So we're going to mail these out, 50 each group, and see what happens.
Okay.
How much do you like doing this?
Oh, a whole ton.
So we finally got smart here at Skinny Went Moving and got some printable labels. No more handwriting. All right, got the letters. Drop off at the post office. Since this experiment started, and to be honest, for a while there I thought it was a complete dud. Until about a month in, there was no significant increase in referrals, and not until about 6 weeks in, they started just to slowly trickle in, and now it's been about 9 weeks since we sent out the packages, and there's actually some significant results. In hindsight, it makes sense that there would be a little bit of a delay in any results, because it's not every week that you have friends that are moving, and it's not like it's a super common topic of conversation to talk about moving or moving companies or anything like that. The goal was for people just to appreciate being thanked, because how often are you thanked by just a normal local service company? It stands out. And for people just to keep our business cards on hand, maybe throw them in a drawer, and potentially throw that silly little thank you card up on their fridge or something like that. Maybe a friend would see it or a relative, ask about it. You know, maybe it'll get worked into conversation somehow. You know, you send out enough of these, that's bound to happen a couple times. And then the lottery tickets were there basically to send them a gift to maybe edge someone towards reciprocating in referrals back to us. And the lotto tickets are where there was a slight failure because there actually was no significant difference between the group that received the lottery ticket and the group that didn't. And I can only guess as to why. My guess is that it stood out enough being thanked at all that the lottery ticket just wasn't enough of a differentiating factor to stand out much more than just being thanked in general. That's just my guess. Who knows as to why? But in this case, it didn't make any significant difference. And to the results. And as I said before, around 5% of our jobs come from referrals directly by name from our previous customers. And by name is important because we get a lot more than 5% of our referrals from previous customers, but I needed to be able to measure the percent in change, so I had to use this metric even though it doesn't sound as good. So we went from 5% in the previous period to a whopping 12% in this current control period of jobs booked that are referrals from previous customers by name. That's a 140% increase from the previous period and comes out to about $5,200 a month in increased revenue for this single location. Now, this is one of those small things that in itself wouldn't take a good business and turn it into a great one, but if you can add up several of these kinds of things together, you can add thousands to the bottom line and turn an okay business into a very desirable one. Thanks for watching.